What do you make of his style? What type of fight are we going to expect to see?
賢く頭を使って最後は KO する瞬間をお見せしたいと思います。
I'll fight in a smart way and then I'll finish it with a knockout.
Do you think you and Inoue finally getting in there, that's a fight that will define this era in the lower weight classes?
I think so. I think me against Inoue would definitely be, if not one of the biggest fights in the lower weight divisions.
When the dust settles, you know, real recognized real, game recognized game. When the dust settles, who do you think is going to be standing? And everyone in boxing, respect to Nakatani and some others, but they see you and they see the monster, and it just looks different. You two look like different kinds of animals than everybody else. And that's really what super fights and eras are about. The dust settles, two guys are left standing. When you survey the landscape, is the monster that guy for you?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, people have been mentioning that fight even before I became who I am today, so I know when that fight does happen, it's going to be...
Inoue has just made one thing clear. He is ready for Bam Rodriguez, and his latest warning could turn this rivalry into absolute chaos.
ないので、あとはスーパーパンク向けにとどまってやるのか、一つ階級上げてチャレンジするのか、多分そこになってくるので、ただ自分としてはフェザー級挑戦というのも、一つ頭に入れてるので、そういったところに挑戦していけたら、またこうフェザー級が活気づいていく。
Stepping into the conversation, Max Kellerman has revealed the latest deadline Inoue has set for facing Bam, insisting he would not wait around for Bam for too long.
I get the feeling. Bam, 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 bam.
Inside the ring, baby.
Adding on, Mike C. Pinger revealed Inoue vs. Bam is being targeted for a specific date, leaving little room for delays, and Inoue will be on a very short list and maybe at number 1.
Fight Jesse Bam Rodriguez if the bout takes place before February 2027. Inoue says he won't delay his career waiting for Bam, and that if Bam wants more time at bantamweight before accepting the fight won't happen.
Put the pressure on him, Max!
Inoue will move up to featherweight. Cop, let me just say this. If Inoue goes up to featherweight and eventually beats Espinoza, or even better, if he stays where he is, fights and beats Bam, and then moves up to featherweight and eventually beats Espinoza,
Conversation over.
now we start to talk about who's the greatest fighter ever who spent his career featherweight and below.
On the other hand, Bam Rodriguez also making it clear he is coming for a war determined to prove he belongs at the top of boxing's pound-for-pound rankings there.
And Inoue will be on a very short list and maybe at number 1.
I agree with that.
I mean,
this is insane.
I mean, I guess also, if he does that, is it the Terrence Crawford era or is it the Inoue era? Because that would be really special stuff.
Would that be considered coming after Crawford?
That's a good question.
But then the question is in retrospect, where should they have been? I just can't pick against Crawford.
No, I get that. But look, it's my understanding that the fight is going to happen in February. That's the plan, is for the fight to happen in Tokyo. It's a big, big fight. And I respect that of Inoue. This is why he's one of the all-time greats. He's not going to wait around. He's not going to fight cupcakes waiting around for Bam. So I think Bam wants to
also Inoue never ducks the smoke against the toughest guys in the division.
Ever.
There's so many fighters, and I would consider great fighters, in boxing.
Backing him, Shua Stevenson claims Bam will be the kryptonite for Inoue, believing Rodriguez possesses the style, speed, and skills needed to derail the Japanese champion.
That could be the fight that catapults you to that number 1 spot.
I believe so. We were just talking about that yesterday. By the time the fight happens between me and Inoue, I think Inoue will be number 1. I'll be number 2 or number 3. So for that fight to happen, top 3 pound for pound, I think winning that fight will put me at number 1 for sure.
Recent developments surrounding this fight have created serious buzz across the boxing community. Devin Haney and Teimo Lopez have now shared their thoughts on the matchup. Haney believes that if there is one fighter capable of truly testing Inoue, it is Bam. He views Rodriguez as the opponent who could push Inoue harder than anyone else, making this one of the most competitive matchups available for the Japanese superstar.
I like Bam. I can't go against Bam. I know Bam, and Bam, my guy. I think Inoue is a great fighter, but I think Bam might might be his kryptonite. I seen him get dropped by a southpaw, and I think Bam punch hard enough where he could drop him too.
However, he believes the weight difference could become a major factor in this matchup, especially when Rodriguez has to deal with Inoue's power and physical strength. Bam may have the speed and technical ability to create problems, but moving up against a naturally bigger puncher could make every exchange far more demanding.
He doesn't have to keep moving up until he loses, right? If he stays where he is and you look south and you look who could beat him, the other guy who's just different is Bam, right? Bam is the other guy.
Tapamo Lopez points out flaws in Inoue's game from his latest fight against Nakatani, noting there are areas where Bam could potentially expose the Japanese champion. On the other hand, Max Kellerman highlights Inoue's status as a heavy puncher as something alarming for Rodriguez. However, Kellerman also believes Inoue must be careful when moving up through weight classes where the physical demands become significantly greater.
Definitely one that is a super fight.
Given how many tough fights Inoue's been in and how young Bam is and how well he boxes as a southpaw, I would be like, yeah, Bam's gonna do it, except that he's the smaller guy coming up. He doesn't have a very long reach. If he was a long fighter like you, I'd be like, I think Bam maybe beats him. This, to me, is like a pick-em kind of fight because if anyone has a size, it's Inoue with the size advantage, right?
You have to move 2 weight classes up, right?
2 weight classes.
Bam's special, man. He's special. He moves extremely well. He can box, IQ.
And he can punch. They don't call him Bam for
punch.
And
I know it's from San Antonio. You can't tell me he ain't spent no time in Houston. He moved.
Speaking on the fight, Sean Porter believes the gap in size and experience could affect both fighters, but he still gives Inoue the edge. Porter points to Inoue's timing, power, and ability to adjust under pressure as major advantages, suggesting that even with Bam's speed and skill, the Japanese champion has what it takes to come out.
Not only that, I think that when you look back at Inoue and Nakatani was picking up in the later rounds.
He was.
8, 9, 10 round, he was catching on. And that also shows a little bit of whether it's fatigue or leverage for Bam, if that was to be the case.
Yeah.
Pick up on that.
I mean,
he don't move like Bam, though. That makes sense?
He goes in, angles, everything, pivots.
We've seen that if you hit Inoue clean, he can go down. He will go down. So I want to see when Bam touches him, what happens?
And every time he gets knocked down, it's always the same punch, hand down, boom.
The other thing about Inoue, though, that let's not forget is he was a devastating knockout puncher in the lighter weight classes. The reason he doesn't look like a devastating knockout puncher now is because he keeps moving up in weight, fighting bigger and
Victorious Inoue is the pound-for-pound #1, but his latest performances have exposed some weaknesses. Andre Ward highlights those flaws, especially what he sees as a decline in Inoue's defensive sharpness. In Ward's view, the champion has shown that he can be hit, creating an opening Bam could potentially exploit. If Rodriguez can consistently find those openings, his speed and accuracy could make Inoue pay.
That weight actually does matter. I think that gap in that weight, Inoue being slightly older, more experienced and things like that, I am inclined to favor Inoue in this fight, even though I haven't seen as much Inoue as I've seen Bam. But the reason why I favor is because the age gap, the size gap. That's big for the little guys. And Inoue is a monster. He's a monster. So I think that Inoue would be the favorite in the betting odds and the blah 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 blah.
But stepping into the conversation, Tim Bradley has advised Bam to prove himself first before chasing a fight with Inoue. Bradley believes Junto Nakatani is the man Bam needs to face, arguing that this matchup would show whether Rodriguez is truly ready for the elite level. Before challenging Inoue, Bam must prove he can handle Nakatani's speed, power, and pressure.
Can be hit at times. His offense typically is his defense. You don't see Inoue doing a lot of special effects defensively. He's athletic, he's young, he's still very spry, so he can get out of the way, he can pull away, even if it's not a technically sound defensive move. But most of the time, that offense, that firepower, them clips that he's letting off, That's what's keeping guys with their hands at home where they don't want to punch. So he doesn't have to be defensively sound, but he had some big moments against Nakatani. When Nakatani would landed some clean shots, but it just wasn't enough. Every time Nakatani would try to surge, every time Nakatani would try to have a moment, Naoya Inoue showed why he's one of the pound-for-pound best fighters.
He does not want Bam rushing into a fight with Inoue because he believes timing matters. Inoue has made it clear he will not keep waiting forever. According to Bradley, if Bam fights him later, possibly by the end of 2027, Rodriguez could gain valuable experience, mature physically, and develop the tools needed to give Inoue a much tougher challenge.
Match. However, I wouldn't mind seeing Nakatani and Bam Rodriguez. Prove it. Prove yourself. Bam, fight that guy. You guys have been hovering around the same weight class. That guy is a pound for pound guy. You beat that pound for pound guy, then you go after Inoue. Right? Inoue beat him. You beat him? Oh, that's a statement. And if you beat him even better, that's a statement. Then, if that happens, then I say, you know what? Bam got a chance. Bam got a chance on the back end. Inoue be 1 year older, right? Maybe the end of 2027 or the beginning of 2028.
Mora insists the age factor could play a major role by the time these two finally meet. Despite Inoue holding several advantages, Mora believes getting older could eventually affect his performance, especially physically. As the champion moves through his career, the demands of fighting at higher weights could place additional strain on his body and reduce some of the advantages he currently possesses.
A little bit older, maybe slow down a bit, a little bit more wear and tear on his body. And Bam being as young as he is, oh, he'll be ready. He will be ready then, for sure. And I don't think there's no rush in the fight right now. Not right now. I don't think so. So, but again, Turkey Al-Sheikh, he can be a little bit impatient. He can get impatient. And he want what he want. And if he want it now, then he might have to do it. Because the money's there right now. It might not be there, kind of like with Boots and Virgil. It was there for a minute, and then it vanished real fast. Once Boots was like, nah.
Chris Manx insists that age is not the only concern. He points to several performances from Naoya Inoue over the past couple of years that have failed to deliver the same level fans were once used to seeing. According to Manx, those displays suggest Inoue may already be slowing down slightly, raising questions about whether his best form will remain intact when Bam finally steps into the ring.
Be what, 34 by the time?
A little younger. I think he's 32, 33. I think he's only 31 now. Maybe I'm getting it wrong, but he's not going to be 34.
If he starts hitting 34-ish, then I think that's a different story, Mannix. But when you ask me this question with Bam,
he's 33. He just turned 33.
It was last year when you told me that. I said, "Are you crazy? Slap yourself." I think it was 2 years ago when Monster Inoue was just knocking out. He was a wrecking ball. Now I'm starting to evolve and starting to like this because I know what age does to a fighter. No matter how great you are, age will start eroding that power, that speed. And guys like Bam who are ascending, then the next great thing, then they can meet at the right.
Joining the discussion, Sean Porter highlights why Bam should not rush into a fight with Inoue just yet. According to Porter, it is not only the age and weight differences that matter, but also the physical size gap. He wants Rodriguez to naturally add some weight and become stronger before considering Inoue, who Porter views as a complete fighter with the power, skills, speed, and experience to punish any weakness.
Be the next in line to beat a monster like Inoue. So if he's 34, that's a different story, man.
I think there's something to not just the age, but like I'm anticipating this Nakatani fight to be tough. And if he fights a tough fight against Nakatani, maybe fights Nakatani again. I don't know if it's a great fight. Maybe they run it back before the end of the year. That could be like 20 some odd rounds of tough fights for Inoue. Then you're talking about the wear and tear. Fought 4 times last year. Didn't look like, still won a couple of knockouts, but didn't look like the guy we saw in the lower weight classes. Then maybe you see these two guys meet somewhere in the middle. Their trajectory's going 2 different ways. I get all that. It's got to be next year. I also don't want to see the fight happen when Inoue is like, if he's lost.
Furthermore, Porter highlights how delaying the fight at this stage could ultimately help Bam win. He suggests waiting around 2 years, giving Rodriguez enough time to develop physically, gain valuable experience, and reach his peak. By then, Porter believes Bam could enter the ring stronger, more mature, and better prepared to deal with everything Inoue brings to the fight.
Bam get more experience. Bam has to have more experience.
That's the number one thing.
He has to have more strength. Let me say this real quick, and now I think we can get out of here. Strength doesn't mean putting on muscle so that you can hit somebody and clock them. There's strength that you need to withstand what you're getting hit with as well. And Bam has to really build his body up a little bit more, getting in the ring with somebody like Inoue, who has both speed, power, quick, who has the total package. I think Bam has the total package, and he's growing into becoming the total package while Inoue is there now having the total package.
6 year age difference?
Yeah.
6 years?
Slow it, let's slow.
Looking at how things are unfolding, Bruce Carrington gives an expert breakdown of why Bam could create serious problems for Inoue. Carrington points to Rodriguez's speed, movement, accuracy, and ability to fight at a high pace as key weapons. If Bam can force Inoue into uncomfortable exchanges and maintain that pressure, Carrington believes he has the tools to make this matchup extremely difficult. He doesn't fight with the same level of confidence.
But they got off the canvas and got the knockout. I love that. So both can be put down, both can be hurt. So we'll see.
That would be a sharp fight. 2 years? Year.
Yeah, 2 years. 2 years.
I hate to wait 2 years, but I think 2 years is like, now we talking about who's this fight favor. It favors Bam, I think, in 2 years.
Yeah.
My favorite Bam in 2 years might be 50-50 in a year. And now I think I got 60-40, 55-45.
With the same level of confidence, he's still dangerous. The power, his snappy punches, and his speed is still there. But in terms of like his reaction, his movements, and like I said before, confidence, those are really important, especially up against a dangerous fight like Abdullah Mason, man. Like, he is always dangerous every second of the round, in every round. Like, he's so balanced. Every one of his shots are devastating and with bad intentions. And I don't know if Joe Cordina's punch resistance is good enough to withstand, Abdullah's power. Yeah, man, I was watching Joe Cordina and Gabriel Flores when they fought, and there were some things that Gabriel Flores was doing. He was being pretty successful early on in the fight, but he ended up taking advantage, throughout the night, and then he got the dub. He got the win.
That's going to be a good fight. I'd like to see Bam acclimate to a new weight class first instead of jumping right into that fire, because that is real fire there. I mean, you going up, that's some real smoke out of that Japanese. Well, he's a kamikaze. He's going in with guns a-blazing. He's going to cause a Hiroshima up in that ring. Listen, that's a tough one. Who are you favoring in that one? Inoue. Unless he gets in there, Bam gets in there, Inoue's actual size and his ability to control that weight is just too much for him. But if Bam can, scale to that next weight class and give us more than what we...
Anyway, while fans are desperate to see these two titans collide, Andre Rozier explains why moving up in weight right now could become a careering mistake for Bam. He breaks down the tactical disadvantages, the potential power gap, and the major flaw in Rodriguez's game plan. According to Rozier, those factors could give Inoue exactly what he needs to control the fight and turn Bam's biggest opportunity into a dangerous trap.